This is the second lesson on Indian climate, where we shall be focusing on the factors that affect the climate of India. Well, there are excellent other videos from this chapter. To watch those videos, you can refer to the link provided in the description. So let's begin today's lesson. In our previous lesson, we discussed that India lies in the tropical and subtropical climatic zone. So, owing to its location, India enjoys tropical monsoon climate. That is, it has high temperature with frequent rainfall throughout the year. Now, despite the fact that whole of India enjoys tropical monsoon climate, there are perceptible regional variations within the single country. For instance, the northernmost part of India enjoys cool mountain climate, whereas the southern part of India enjoys hotter and humid climate. Again, the places lying in the extreme west enjoys arid type of climate, that is, they are hot and dry. Again, the places that lies in the interior of the country enjoys semi-arid climate or continental type of climate. So here we find that within a single country there are significant variations in climatic conditions. In today's lesson, we shall discuss about the factors that results in the diverse climate of India. We know that the major climatic zones of the world are determined on the basis of lines of latitude. This is to say that places lying on the same latitude enjoy similar type of climate. Thus, latitude play an important role in determining the climate of a region. So now let us know about the latitudinal extent of India. Well, in this map we can see that India extends from 8° north latitudes to 37° north latitude, and the Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of the country. So, the southern part of the country lies in the Torrid Zone, whereas the northern half of the country lies in the Temperate Zone. So, on the basis of this latitudinal extent, we can conclude that India enjoys tropical climate. Now, let us discuss about other factors that affect the climate of India. Well, this map shows the important mountain ranges of India. We know the most important mountain range of India is the Himalayas. It covers the northern and northeastern part of the country. The Himalayas not only forms a natural boundary between India and its neighboring countries, but also play an important role in determining the climate of India. Let's see how. We know that the Himalayan range is one of the loftiest mountain range in the world. Now, owing to its height, Himalayas intercept the monsoon winds coming from adjoining water bodies, that is Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Now, as these monsoon winds gets obstructed by the Himalayas, they cause rainfall in India, which lies in the windward side of the Himalayas, whereas Ladakh and Tibet, that lies on the leeward side, experiences no rainfall. Now, this type of rainfall which gets induced by a mountain range is known as orographic rainfall. To know more about orographic rainfall, you can refer to the link provided in the description. So, as I was saying, the Himalayas intercept the monsoon winds and cause orographic rainfall in India. Another importance of the Himalayas is that they block the cold winds coming from the Siberian region towards the central part of Asia. Now, the Himalayas stands as a shield and block the cold winds coming from the Siberian region, and thereby it keeps India warm and prevents it from severe cold during winter. So, we understood how Himalayas influence the climate of India by obstructing the cold chilly winds and by causing rainfall in the country. Look, We are now in Ooty, which is a popular tourist destination of South India. The natural beauty of this place offers a refreshing escape from the hustle and bustle of life. Also, the climate of this place remains cool and comfortable throughout the year, so you can visit this place at any point of the year. As a tourist, you can enjoy the natural beauty, the long toy train ride of approximately 26 km, and can also take a tour of the tea estates spread on the slopes. So now let us locate Ooty on map of India. Well, this map shows the location of Ooty. We can see that the place lies in the northern Torrid Zone, that is between Tropic of Cancer and Equator. So this place lies very close to the Tropic of Cancer and the Equator, or in other words, it lies in the Torrid Zone. Now we know that places lying in the torrid zone or lying very close to the equator experiences high temperature, but I just mentioned that what makes Ooty so popular is its pleasant cool climate round the year. Then what is the reason for low mean temperature of Ooty? Let's find out. Well, Ooty is a hill station situated at an altitude of 2200 meter. In fact, the hill station is located in the lap of Nilgiri Hills. So because Ooty lies at such a high altitude, therefore it experiences cool and pleasant climate throughout the year. So now let us see how altitude affects the climate of a place. Well, you must be knowing that as you go higher, temperature drops. In fact, temperature decreases at the rate of 6.5 degrees centigrade for every 1000 meter of ascent. See here in these figures, we can see that as altitude rises by 1000 meters, temperature drops from 30 to 3.5 degree centigrade, that is temperature drops by 6.5 degree centigrade. Again, as altitude rises by 1000 meter further, temperature drops by 6.5 degree centigrade. Again, if you subtract 6.5 degree centigrade from 17 degree centigrade, you will get 10.5 degree centigrade. So here we find that as altitude increases, temperature drops, and this is known as normal lapse rate. So normal lapse rate justifies why mountains have cool climate throughout the year. So Ooty, which is a hill station, has cool climate round the year, although it is situated close to the equator. So till now we have discussed how latitude, relief features like Himalayas and altitude affects the climate of India. Well, there are other factors affecting Indian climate. Let's find out. Well, this map shows the location of two cities, namely Nagpur and Mumbai. Here we find that both these places lie close to the Tropic of Cancer. In other words, the latitudinal position of both these cities are same. In this chart, we can see that 19 degree north latitude passes through Mumbai and 21 degree north latitude passes through Nagpur. Also, both these cities lie on the plains, that is, the altitude of both these places is also the same. Now, although the latitude and altitude of both these cities is the same, but the mean temperature of these cities differ. The mean temperature of Mumbai is 28 degrees Celsius, whereas the mean temperature of Nagpur is 35 degrees Celsius. So there is significant variation in the mean temperature of these two places. But why? Well, one thing that we might consider is that Mumbai lie very close to the Arabian Sea, whereas Nagpur lie somewhat in the interior. Now, is there any advantage of being situated close to a water body? Let's see. Well, land and sea get heated up at different rates. So, the land is warmer during daytime while sea is cooler. The air lying above the land gets heated up, so it expands and rises, while the air lying above the sea is cool and dense and it sinks. So, a low pressure area is created over the land while a high pressure area exists over the sea. Now, we know that winds always move from high to low pressure region. So, a cool breeze blows from sea towards the land, and this is known as sea breeze. Now, the warm air blows away from land towards the sea. Now, during daytime, sea breeze is quite dominant. At night, the condition gets reversed. This is to say that the land is cooler than the sea. So, the air lying above the land is cool and dense and it sinks, whereas the air lying above the sea is warmer and it gets expanded and rises. So, a high pressure region exists over the land while a low pressure area is created over the sea. Now, we know that winds always blow from high to low pressure region. So, a cool breeze blows away from land towards the sea, and this is known as land breeze, while the warm air moves away from the sea towards the land. So, at night, the land breeze is quite effective, whereas during daytime, sea breeze is quite effective. Now, under the influence of land and sea breeze, the coastal areas always experience moderating effect. And this justifies why the mean temperature of Mumbai is lower than that of Nagpur. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, let us see if we can answer this question. The question is, why coastal regions have moderate climate, and the options given are because they are situated at higher altitude, because they are situated at lower altitude, because they lie close to the equator, or because they lie close to a water body. Which of these options do you think is the correct one? Well, I just mentioned that the coastal regions have moderate climate because they lie close to a water body, and due to which they experience land and sea breeze, which equalizes the temperature or the climate of these places. So, the correct option will be the coastal regions have moderate climate because they lie close to a water body. Well, have you ever heard of Lohri that is celebrated every year on 13 January in some states of North India, especially by the Hindu and Sikh communities? Now, Lohri is a harvest festival where people worship sun and fire in order to thank them for good harvest. Now, traditionally, during this festival, a huge bonfire is set at the courtyard and people sing and dance around the bonfire till the fire dies out. People also throw sesame seeds, jaggery, etc. into the fire as an offering to the fire god. Now, Lohri, as I just mentioned, is a harvest festival where people celebrate the harvest of rabi crops. Now, can you tell me which factor plays an important role in the harvest of rabi crops, which is a winter crop? Well, the harvest of rabi crops or winter crops is possible due to jet streams. Jet streams are narrow bands of high velocity winds or strong winds. They are mostly effective in the tropical belt. While moving over the Mediterranean Sea, they drive along western disturbances, which are the tropical cyclones of this region, and flow eastwards. On reaching the northwestern part of India, they get intercepted by the Himalayas, and this causes rainfall in some states of North India like Punjab and Haryana, and snowfall in the Himalayan region. This winter rain facilitates the growth of rabi crops like wheat, sesame, etc. So we just read that the northwestern part of India receives rainfall during winter due to strong winds that come from the west, and they are known as westerly jet stream as they come from the west. Now, apart from westerly jet stream, easterly jet streams are also active in the Indian subcontinent, and these easterly jet streams are responsible for attracting monsoon winds to India. Thus, we saw that how jet streams influence the climate of India by causing rainfall. Now, there is yet another factor that affects the climate of India, and that is El Nino. Now, what is El Nino? Well, El Nino refers to unusual warming of surface water, especially in the Pacific Ocean region. Now, the warm water of Pacific Ocean gradually move towards South America, and this prevents upwelling of cold Peruvian current. Now, Peruvian current is a cold ocean current of the Pacific Ocean. To know more about the ocean currents of Pacific Ocean, you can refer to the link provided in the description. So, as I was saying, El Nino prevents upwelling of cold Peruvian current. Now, let us see what happens as a result of this. Well, we know that cold currents bring planktons and nutrients from deep oceans. Now, as El Nino prevents upwelling of cold Peruvian current, so this part of the Pacific Ocean remains devoid of nutrients and planktons. So, fishes cannot grow here. And this led to the mass death of seabirds called pelicans who feed on them. In other words, the pelicans died out of starvation because they did not have any food to eat. Now, this terrible incident was once observed in the Peruvian coast of South America. So, we saw how El Nino terribly affects the environment of a region. Now, let us discuss the impact of El Nino on Indian climate. Well, we know due to El Nino, the temperature of Pacific Ocean rises considerably. So, Pacific Ocean becomes warmer than the surrounding water bodies, say Indian Ocean. We also know that low pressure is associated with high temperature and high pressure with low temperature. So, low pressure prevails over Pacific Ocean and high pressure prevails over Indian Ocean. Now, this is just the reverse of normal conditions wherein low pressure prevails over Indian Ocean and high pressure over Pacific Ocean. This change in pressure conditions is known as southern oscillation, and it results due to El Nino. So, together they are known as ENSO. Now, this high pressure that prevails over Indian Ocean fails to attract the southeast trade winds, which otherwise blow as southwest monsoon winds and blow towards India. So, in presence of El Nino, monsoon winds do not travel to India, and therefore the rate of precipitation drops considerably in Indian subcontinent, thereby resulting in drought conditions. So, El Nino or ENSO negatively affects the climate of India. So, in today's lesson, we discussed about several factors that affect the climate of India, and these factors are latitude, altitude, proximity to the sea, relief features, jet streams, and El Nino. Now, coming to the first factor, that is latitude. We discussed that due to the latitudinal position of India, the country experiences tropical monsoon climate. Another factor that significantly affects the climate of India is altitude. With increase in altitude, the temperature drops, and therefore the places that are located at high altitudes or in the mountains experiences low temperature throughout the year, as in the case of Ooty. Thirdly, places lying close to a water body experience moderate temperature round the year, and this happens under the influence of sea breeze and land breeze. So, the coastal plains of India have moderate climate as they are situated close to the water bodies. Another important factor affecting the climate of India is the Himalayan mountain range. The Himalayas protect India from cold chilly winds coming from the Siberian region, and they also cause rainfall in India by intercepting the monsoon winds coming from the adjoining water bodies. Then we also discussed that jet streams influence the climate of India. The northwestern part of India receives rain during winter from westerly jet stream. El Nino is the last factor that affects the climate of India. However, El Nino had adverse effect on Indian climate because they reduces the rate of precipitation by disturbing the normal atmospheric conditions. So these are the major factors that affect the climate of India. So that's all about today's lesson. In our next lesson, we shall be focusing on the different seasons of Indian climate. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million-plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.